Hello everyone, welcome to New Wave Coaching Classes for Mathematics. This is your host Jatin. First of all, a big thanks to all my viewers for watching my videos, giving them like, and also have subscribed to my channel. If you're still not done, please do it. Today we are going to discuss about some of the applications of trigonometry. If you remember, in the lecture of trigonometry when we started, we discussed that trigonometry is used at various places to find many things. So few of its applications we are going to discuss in this chapter. Like if we have to find the distance between 2 points, if we have to find the length of any river, if we have to find the height of tower, height of building, or there is a tower over the building, then we can find it. If a person is flying a kite and we need to find the length of the thread, we can use a trigonometry, right? So let's start with few of the questions from chapter 9 of application of trigonometry. But before we do the questions, let's discuss some of the T ratios which we have discussed in the chapter of trigonometry again, right? Now one is important. If you see, sine theta we discussed was as opposite side upon hypotenuse. Cos theta was the adjacent side upon hypotenuse, and tan theta was opposite side upon adjacent. So only three we can use these three to find the various things, because if we join 3 points we get a triangle. We're talking about right angle triangle, and in that right angle triangle we can find either the base, we can find the height also, or we can find the hypotenuse also if one of the side of the triangle is given, right? One thing more here we have to discuss, that how to remember these identities, these ratios. So I'm just giving you a small relation between them. This is SCT, means sine cos tan, and then you can write it as OAO HHA. So by this you can remember sine is opposite upon hypotenuse, cos is adjacent upon hypotenuse, and tan is opposite upon adjacent. So this little acronym can be used to remember the 3 basic T ratios, right? And if you go the other 3 T ratios which are the reciprocals of this, so if you remember this, just do the reciprocal of it, right? Now let's take the questions from exercise 9.1 of chapter 9, applications of trigonometry. Now the first question is given: a circus artist is climbing a 20-meter long rope which is tightly stretched and tied from the top of a vertical pole to the ground. Find the height of the pole if the angle made by the rope with the ground level is 30 degrees. Now, what is important in this question? The important is how you make the diagram. If your diagram is correct, then half of the work is done, right? Now let's see. In the first question it is given, obviously there is a pole, right? There is a pole, and it's given a circus artist is climbing a 20-meter long rope. This rope is obviously tied to some point on the ground. This is the rope, right? And we need to find the height of the pole. So this is the pole. So I just give the name to this triangle A, B, C. You can give according to your wish. You can give other names also, right? So what is given here? Length of rope. We need to mention the things which are given. Length of rope, that is AC, is equal to 20 meter. And we suppose let height of pole comma AB is equal to h meters. Right? Now, one thing more is given, that the angle made by the rope with the ground level is 30 degrees. Now, how we can find this? So we have to remember which t ratios can combine these two sides with respect to this angle. Now, if you see, with respect to this angle, this is the opposite side and this is the hypotenuse. So, if we go by the t ratios, we have sine theta, which is equal to opposite upon hypotenuse. Now, we need to remember the value of sine 30. Sine 30 is basically 1 upon 2 equals to AB, we have to find, I have written H, and AC is 20. So I get the value of H equals to 10 meters. So this is the height of the pole. Now let's go to the second question. Now it's given a tree breaks due to the storm and the broken part bends so the top of the tree touches the ground, making an angle of 30-degree with it. Now suppose if this is the complete tree. Now due to storm, the tree breaks but doesn't get detached from the main part. So what happens? Suppose this is the ground level, we suppose. So what happens? This breaks and the portion which breaks comes down somewhere like this. So I can just make it right. So this way it breaks and comes down like this. Now what else? It's given the distance between the foot of the tree to the point where the top touches the ground. So this is the foot and this is the top where it touches the ground. This distance is given to us as 8 meters and the angle made by this broken part with the ground level is 30 degrees. What we need to find is the height of the tree. I need to find the complete height, so I'll just give the name A, B, C and D. So this AB is basically equal to BD, right? Now, height of tree is equal to AC and this is equal to AB plus BC. Now this broken part is equal to this thing also. AB is equal to BD. Now, since I have to find the height of the tree, so I have to find this BC and BD both. It means in this right angle triangle, I have to find its perpendicular also and its hypotenuse also. So, corresponding to this angle, this is the opposite side, this is the hypotenuse and this is the adjacent side. Now, one of the side is given to us, so I have to make a relation between the thing which I have to find and with the thing which is given to me with respect to this angle. So if I see this side is basically opposite and this is adjacent. So I can use which ratio here? I can use is tan 30. So tan 30 is equal to BC upon CD. Now what is the value of tan 30? This is 1 by root 3 equals to, now BC I have to find, so BC upon 8. So therefore, BC I get it as 8 upon root 3 meters, right? I just leave it like this, or you can, what you can do, just rationalize this thing and we get BC is equal to 8 root 3 upon 3 meters, right? This is what I get the value. Now the next thing, I have to find the value of the hypotenuse of this triangle, that is the BD. So again, now see, I have got BC also and DC also. It's my choice. I can, according to this angle, I can take this side and this side, or I can take these two sides. It's my choice. So what we do, we take cos 30. Now cos is basically adjacent upon hypotenuse. So adjacent is CD upon BD. So therefore, now cos 30, the value of cos 30 is root 3 upon 2. Now CD I have to find, sorry, CD is given to me and BD I have to find. So I write this thing. So what I get here, BD equals to 16 upon root 3. And if I rationalize this thing, I get it as 16 root 3 upon 3 meters. Now the total height of the tree. The total height of the tree equals to BC plus BD. Now BC is 8 root 3 by 3 plus 16 root 3 by 3. So after taking the LCM, you get it as 8 root 3 plus 16 root 3 upon 3. So when you add these two, what do you get here? This is 24 root 3 upon 3. This 24 cancels with 3. So what I am left with is 8 root 3 meters. So this way we can do the questions. Let's go to the next question of this exercise now. Now let's see the third question. A contractor plans to install 2 slides for the children to play in the park. So a contractor is basically making slides for the kids in a park. Now what is the difference? Basically what he is doing, there are 2 slides he is installing for the children below the age of 5 years. Now there are some kids who are below 5 years and the kids above 5 years. So for both of them, the height and the angle of the slide is different. Now she prefers to have a slide whose top is at a height of 1.5 meter. So for the kids below 5 years, the height is 1.5 meter and the angle which is given to us is 30 degree to the ground, right? That is the inclination of the slide. Whereas for elder children, she wants to have a steep slide at a height of 3 meters. So for the kids who are basically above 5 years, the height of the slide is 5 meters and the angle which it makes with the ground is given as 60 degree. What we need to find is the length of the slide on which the kids will be playing. So we have 2 slides. One is this one, something like this. And the other would be something right. So this is at a height of 1.5 meter and this is at a height of 3 meters. Now here the angle is 30 degree and here the angle is 60 degree. Now I just give the name A, B, C and let's give this name as PQR. So this is slide 1 and this is slide 2. Obviously the slide 1 is for the kids who are smaller than 5, which are less than the age of 5 and slide 2 is basically for the kids who are above the age of 5. Now first we do for the slide 1. So for slide 1, what we have? Height of slide is equal to 1.5 meter and this is basically our AB. We need to find the length of slide. So length of slide is AC. So according to this angle, corresponding to this angle, this is the opposite and this is the hypotenuse. So what we apply? Sine. So this is sine 30 is equal to AB upon AC. Right. Now we know sine 30 is 1 by 2 and AB is 1.5 upon AC. So this gives me AC equals to 3 meter. So for the kids who are less than the age of 5 years, for them the length of the slide is 3 meters, right? Now let's go for the second one for slide 2. Excuse me. Now here the height of the slide is given as that is PQ is given as 3 meter and the length of slide is that is given as PR. That's not given but we have to find it out. Now what? Again if I compare with respect to this ratio, this is opposite, this is hypotenuse. So again we apply sine. So this is sine of 60 equals to PQ upon PR. So what is sine of 60? That is root 3 by 2 equals to PQ is 3 upon PR. So this gives me PR equals to, cross multiply, you get it as 6 upon root 3, and after rationalizing, what we get here, we get it as 2 root 3 meters. Right, so this is the length of the slide for the kids above 5 years. Now let's go to the next question. Is given the angle of elevation of the top of the tower. Angle of elevation. Now, angle of elevation means the person is standing down and looking up, and the angle formed by the horizontal line and the line of sight is basically as called as angle of elevation. Now they say that the person is looking at, or you can say there is a point on the ground from where the height of the tower, is given as 30 meters. The angle of elevation is basically 30 degrees. We need to find the height of the tower. Now what is given? There is a tower. Now there is a point 30 meters away from this tower. 30 meters away from this tower. And from that point, the angle of elevation is given as 30 degrees. What we need to find is the height of the tower. So we suppose is as h. Now, distance of point from tower is BC equals to 30 meters. Let the height of tower, we will write in the initial height of tower, that is AB equals to h meters. Now again, if we compare the two sides with respect to the angle given, one is the opposite side and one is the adjacent side. So what we can do, tan 30 is equal to AB upon BC. Now tan 30 is 1 by root 3 equals to h upon 30. Cross multiply, we get it as 30 upon root 3 equals to h. Now if I rationalize, I get it as 30 root 3 upon 3, and this gives me the value as 10 root 3 meters. Now if the value of root 3 is given, the value of root 3 up to 3 places of decimal is 1.732. So if the value of root 3 is given in the question, then you can substitute the value of root 3 and then you can multiply and find the complete answer for that. Now let's go to the next question. In question number 5, it is given a kite is flying at a height of 60 meters above the ground. The string attached to the kite is temporarily tied to a point on the ground. The inclination of the string with the ground is 60 degrees. Find the length of the string assuming that there is no slack in the string. See, normally when you are flying a kite, the thread is never straight. It is in curved position, right? Because of the weight of the string, it makes a curve if the kite is flying at a very, you can say, longer distance. But here, if we have to find the length of the string, we will have to believe that, we will have to suppose actually that there is no slack, that is it is not lagging, it's straight, right? So obviously it's given there is a kite which is flying at a height of 60 meters. Now the person who is flying the kite, from that point the angle of inclination of the string from the ground is 60 degrees. So this would be something like this. So make an angle of 60 degrees. This. So what we have to find? We have to find the length of the string, and this is the string. So this is kite. A position is basically the position for the kite. So we write height of the kite okay, let length of string x meters. Now again, if I take these two sides with respect to this angle, one is the opposite and one is the hypotenuse. So obviously I can apply the ratio of the sine. So this is sine 60 degree equals to AB upon AC. Now the value of sine 60 is root 3 by 2. AB is 60 meters, and AC I have to find, so I just put it as x because we have supposed it as x. Cross multiplying, what we get? X equals to 60 into 2 by root 3. Now we can rationalize this thing. I get it as x equals to 60 into 2 by root 3 into root 3 by root 3. Right? So it's a monomial term. You can multiply for rationalizing, multiply with the same term. So this is 120 root 3 upon 3. So we cancel it out. What we get? 40. So the length of string that comes out to be 40 root 3 meters. Right? Let's go to the next question now. Now the level of difficulty for the questions will be increasing. As we see in the sixth question, it is given that there is a boy, 1.5 meter tall boy. So we make something which is in front of the tall boy, right? So what is given? A 1.5 meter tall boy is standing at some distance from a 30 meter tall building. So there is a building, 30 meter tall building, and there is a boy who is standing obviously on the ground, right? So this is a person this is a boy with 1.5 meter height. Now they say the angle of elevation from his eyes to the top of the building increases from 30 to 60 degree as he walks towards the building, right? What is given? So at the moment here, I just make one more line. This is a horizontal line which is parallel to the ground. Now from the eye line of this person, now here the angle of elevation is given as 30 degree. The boy moves towards the ground and the angle of elevation after some point is, after some distance, it comes out to be 60 degree. And we need to find how much distance the boy has traveled. So before finding anything, let's name the different points. That will be A, B, C, D, E, F, and G. Now, the things which are given, height of this is basically a building. So height of building, comma, AB equals to 30 meters, and the height of the boy comma DE equals to 1.5 meters. Right? See, whenever we are simplifying, if we have to apply anything, we can only apply it in a right angle triangle. So we'll have to see which of these triangles will be right angle triangle, right? So if you see here, this is basically the right angle, right? And we have two right angle triangles. One is AFG and one is AEG. These are the two right angle triangles. So we'll have to use only the right angle triangle, right? But before we go there in the right angle triangle, you see, by our geometry, this DE, CF and BG will be equal because it forms a rectangle and the opposite sides should be equal. Right? So what we can say here now this DE and BG are both equal to 1.5 meters. Now we can just write it as DE equals to this GB equals to 1.5 meters. Now if I have to take the triangle, so I will have to take this side. So I find the value of AG. Now AG equals to AB minus GB. So that is 30 minus 1.5 and I get the value as 28.5 meters. Right? Now I take the triangle, the first triangle AGF. See, since I have to find this distance, so obviously what I have to do, I will take this triangle, I will find its base, I will take big triangle, I will find the base, and then we will subtract these two. So I take triangle in triangle AFG. Now, corresponding to this angle, this is the opposite and this is the adjacent. So we use tan 60 equals to AG upon FG. Now, tan 60 value is root 3. So root 3 equals to this AG is 28.5 meters upon FG, whose value I have to find. So this means FG will be equal to 28.5 upon root 3. So we rationalize this thing now. I multiply it by root 3. So I get it as 28.5 root 3 upon 3. Right? So sometimes this decimal is not visible in the video. So I'll just make it bigger. Now this 28.5 gets cancelled with 3 and we get FG equals to 9.5 root 3 meters. Right? And then we take the other triangle AEG. So we write in triangle AEG. Again, I apply tan 30. That is equal to AG upon EG. So this means 1 by root 3. Now the tan 30 is 1 by root 3. The value of AG is given to me is 28.5. So this is 28.5 upon EG. Cross multiplying, what I get? EG equals to 28.5 root 3 meters. Right? Now what next? Now we have to find the distance moved by the boy. So the distance moved by the boy that is this EF, and this is equal to the complete length, that is EG minus FG. Right? So we subtract these two. This is 28.5 root 3 minus 9.5 root 3. So subtracting these two, what we get? We get it as 19 root 3 meters. So this is the distance moved by the boy. Right, dear friends, so this was some of the questions from the applications of trigonometry. The remaining questions we will do in the coming lectures. If you're not understood, just go and watch the video again and write in the comment section what is the important thing which you have not understood. So next time I can improve on that, right? So this is your host signing off. Goodbye and take care.